It's Thursday, the 20th of May. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony, and I can hear my own voice in my headphones, and I sound a little bit hoarse. Too much talking yesterday. We'll get to the news headlines in just a second. But first, let's see which celebrities will be taking the day off from what they laughingly call work to celebrate their birthdays.
Happy birthday!
And it's many happy returns to broadcaster Louis Theroux. Happy birthday to Jane Wiedlin of the Go-Go's and also of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, if I remember rightly. Happy birthday to Joe Cocker, who always sounded like he was singing through a larynx made entirely from rusty pipe. And it's a happy heavenly birthday to Jimmy Stewart, the star of It's a Wonderful Life, and for a time, probably the most impersonated person on the planet. Many happy returns to you, one and all. Oh, and well done to my beloved West Ham United. Another massive win away from home last night. European football beckons. Now, industry news portal The Construction Inquirer is reporting this morning of an incident that has seriously injured two workers in Liverpool. Merseyside police have confirmed actually that two men were seriously injured at a site in Liverpool city centre yesterday afternoon. Police said they were called to a site on Chapel Street to report that two men had been found seriously injured after reportedly falling. It's understood that an external lift failed, dropping the victims at several stories. One witness told the Liverpool Echo, "The lift dropped a few flights, we heard screeching and then a crash. It shook the building." Investigations are ongoing and we'll bring you more details as we get them. But our thoughts and prayers go out to the two men and obviously to their families as well. Ever had the desire or the urge to demolish a community centre? Well, if you have the requisite skills and if you can easily get to St Albans and if your price is right, now is your chance. St Albans City and District Council has hatched plans to build a replacement £4 million community centre at the site in Marlborough Pavilion. Boris Construction and MP Building are among the contenders for the new build portion of the works, but a suitable demolition contractor has yet to be appointed. You can find out more about this project lead and many more just like it by visiting buildersconference.co.uk. Now, just to prove that, contrary to popular opinion, these shows are not thrown together at the last minute, I am now about to seamlessly combine two items. Our Round the World in a Dozen Hats today calls in upon Korea, courtesy of this very smart model that I'm wearing here, from the equally smart people over at Doosan. And speaking of Doosan, see what I did there? The rollout of the company's award-winning DL7 wheel loader range is continuing apace. You might recall that we brought you details of the launch of the first 7 DL7 models back at the end of last year. Well, those 7 models have now been joined by a further 2, the DL220-7 and the DL250-7. The standard bucket capacities on the DL220-7 and 250-7 are 2.3 and 2.5 cubic meters respectively. Both machines are powered by a Stage 5 compliant diesel engine. The DL220-7 and 250-7 are backed by a standard 3-year or 5,000-hour warranty. You can find out more about these new machines over at diggersanddozers.com. So, could Doosan be the Tesla of the construction equipment world? Could Volvo or Liebherr or JCB or Komatsu? Could XCMG from China do to the plant world what Elon Musk has done to the car market? Well, those were just a few of the questions actually raised in last night's show. Where are the disruptors, in which myself and my co-conspirator Peter Haddock were joined by two of the sharpest minds in the construction equipment sector, Alan Berg and Carl Gustav Goranson. Among the subjects covered in the show was the electrification of construction equipment, the likely impact of hydrogen fuel, remote controls and autonomous machines, and I'm pretty sure that someone mentioned worker exoskeletons with digger attachments too. the show really was as insightful as it was enjoyable. It was absolutely great to be involved in that one. So if you love Diggers, or if you like an early insight into the future predicted by two key industry experts, and I'd urge you to give this one a watch. I'll add a link to that show in the description for this show down below. Alternatively, later this morning, the audio version of that show will appear on the world's #1 demolition podcast. I may never tire of saying that. Given that the show is just over an hour long, and I'm sure you have better things to do than to watch myself and Peter babbling on, the show is probably better suited to an audio experience, so you can play it on a long car journey or in the cab of your machine. Either way, you can find all our podcasts just by searching your preferred podcast supplier for Demolition News Radio. And I forgot to mention it yesterday. I was too busy crowing about being the world's #1 demolition podcast. You can also get our shows on your smart speaker as well. Just ask Alexa to play Demolition News Radio. She heard me anyway. Shut up, Alexa. Right. Just ask Alexa to play Demolition News Radio and she will do what you need her to do. I don't know about you people, but I have got a day job to get on with, and there is a small matter of a Yanmar product launch later this afternoon, actually, to look forward to. So I'm going to declare this episode of the Breakfast Show adjourned, at least for now. I'll be back here same time, same place tomorrow for the final show of the week. I'll also be working on our weekly roundup of the latest and greatest industry news stories from the past week to bring you the weekend wrap first thing on Saturday morning. And just one final thing, and I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be willing or able. I've been talking about doing just basically a chat show with no real topic, no real news on a Saturday. I did suggest calling it Chatterday. My son threatened to punch me, so I won't be doing that. But I may be doing that this weekend. If I'm going to go live about 1 o'clock on Facebook. At 1 o'clock. If somebody turns up, I'll have a chat with them. If nobody turns up, I shall just put it down to experience and hit the off switch. But until then, have a great day, everyone. Stay safe, look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. And I will see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.